Hi everyone, my name is Gray. I'm the dietitian and health coach with MLK Health Center and Pharmacy. If you've been paying attention to any sort of science, health, news or developments, you've probably heard about gut health. That's been super popular. It's just kind of exploded in the last few years because we're realizing that the health of our gut is related to all of these other things in our body. It could be autoimmune disease, it could be mental health, even links to autism. So it's kind of a whole new interesting field, which has a lot of exciting potential, but this has also led to a lot of interest in probiotics. For those of you that aren't familiar, probiotics are basically capsules that you take that contain live bacteria. The idea being that you're introducing some of that live, healthy bacteria into your gut, and that's going to improve your gut health. So I wanted to talk a little more about that, simply because I don't think that probiotics are the best option, and there are a few reasons why. The first is that there's really not a lot of diversity with a probiotic pill. Ideally, we would have thousands of different kinds of bacteria living in our gut. But if you look at the types of bacteria that are on or that are in a probiotic pill, there's maybe 15 to 20, and that's if you have a really diverse brand, a lot of different strains. It's only going to have 15 to 20 as opposed to the thousands that we need for a more ideal environment. So it's questionable whether or not that limited amount of bacterial strains is really going to make a difference. Another concern is the dosage and the side effects. We don't really know how much of a dosage is going to help, and if you have too much too soon, it can cause a lot of bloating, cramping, gas, diarrhea, constipation, all kinds of sort of GI upset. So that's certainly another concern. Another issue I have with it is with supplements in general, there isn't any regulation. And I've talked about this in another video talking about supplements, but there's no governing body to say, yes, this probiotic does contain these 15 bacteria and they're all alive. So you could potentially be paying for something that doesn't actually contain those bacterial strains. The bacteria could already be dead, which isn't going to do you any good. Which brings in another concern of expense. These pills can be expensive, and if you're potentially buying something that isn't of good quality or isn't actually making a difference, then you're just throwing away money. So I think there's lots of potential for probiotics, and that, maybe down the road we'll have a better idea of how to introduce, well, we do know there are things called crapsules, basically poop pills that you can take that are a better way to introduce that bacteria. Again, this is more under doctor supervision. There's also fecal transplants. We know that there are ways to introduce that healthy bacteria, but with probiotics specifically, there's just a lot of concerns and limitations there. So I think if you're looking for a non-medical sort of over-the-counter-ish way to introduce healthier bacteria into your gut, the best way to do that would be fermented foods. So that's going to be things like kimchi, sauerkraut, plain yogurts or kefir. That's a sort of fermented dairy kind of drink. Any of those sort of traditionally fermented foods, those have bacteria that it's just part of that process of fermenting. So you're going to have more diversity. It's alive, and it's just a cheaper option to get a jar of sauerkraut and have a few bites of that every day, as opposed to buying a pill or a bottle of probiotics that costs $60. So something to consider. Check out some fermented foods if you're looking to improve the health of your gut. I hope you all found this interesting and helpful. If you have interest in other nutrition or wellness topics, please check out our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.